all about increased light. Brighten the path to your gatherings or front door with solar-powered luminaria. Host an evening bonfire for those that you care about. Throw open your curtains and let the sunshine cleanse your home of mold, spores, bacteria, and more. In the evenings, light a lamp with a red lampshade inside your home. Reminding you for summer, the fire line cools, calms, soothes the skin on fire. It helps balance red, irritated, sensitive, hot, blotchy, or allergic skin. Consists of a toner, a Feed-A-Ther, day cream, night cream, clay, red clay, yogi body gel, and even a fire line shampoo. If your skin is already in balance, taking into account what is normal for your age, then now is the time to use skin and hair care from the Fire line. Treat your home the way you treat your best friend. Radhya Chi, Feng Shui Master. Get the rest of today's tips to Feng Shui for your home for summer by liking and following me for more. Thanks for tuning in. Follow for more. In the meantime, visit www.tanyad.tv/Feed05.
Inshallah and Ashe. As always, welcome to a fantastic Friday right after a full moon. Sometimes I realize I don't need to yell. I got my speaker right in front of me or my mic, and that's what that is. So, anybody interested in a little mini cowrie shell divination, be sure to comment in the chat. I believe I'm multi-streaming today. I could have figured it out. And also comment how the full moon has been for you. Did you do some amazing rituals? Bring in some fire? I actually took all my blessing bowls and created a simmer pot and then returned it to nature and created a new blessing bowl or gratitude bowl or whatever you want to call them. I prefer blessing bowls or gratitude bowls. I think people call them money bowls as well. Whatever that is for you. Whatever speaks to you, calls to you. But moons are, full moons are more about the harvest. New moons are about new beginnings. I kind of run backwards. I always use full moons for the new beginning, as I have a Scorpio moon and it's like right before a full moon, actually. So that was fun. Hi, Julie. If you want me to move the shells on behalf of your soul garden, just let me know. Comment in there and I'll pick up on what I pick up on. Right now, I just pulled the card, the Guardian of the Gate, which is fantastic. Oh, that's a little shiny. But this is like the Guardian literally at the gate, opening the gate into other dimensions and other portals and whatnot. But it's all about what our heart believes, right? Is anybody else watching or tuning in to Terrence Howard? I just want to throw him and Billy Carson together. They're doing some fantastic stuff. Especially with the flower of life, right? And then I just pulled, this is great, the Singer of Healing, which is also tells me there's a lot of great healing coming on, possibly from the multiverse. Just saying. You're a fan of my podcast. Well, thanks, Julie. I kind of have glimmered down a little bit on my podcast. Which one's your favorite episode? I have quite a few. I love actually my nature series was the first series I did. Mostly because we're all a part of nature. We go through cycles and seasons of life, just like nature. Our houses get activated, different areas based on the season we're in, the north, south, east, west, and all the goodness. And the reason I work with, oh yeah, I do go back in time too. The nature spirits, 100%. I love the nature spirits. Those are actually my favorite. I just pulled up the healing card again. So somebody must be needing a healing. Okay, I'm going to put those down, filling into that. But also the divinations. Go ahead and speak to the moon. Like, how was the moon for you? I always, it really depends what house the moon is for me and actually what season it is. Like sometimes I like feel the discourse of the moon on different seasons, like Aries season. And I journal with the moon, so every year it's kind of different. And same with every month. I should say, and the ebbs and the flows of the moon as well. But so yeah. So is anybody else talking on here? I can see Julie is. Yeah, the nature spirits. I do a lot of rituals with the Fae. I feed the Fae, probably more than your average Joe. And I just connect with all of nature, whether it's the bees, the crickets, just all of it. For those of you that don't know, I do try to sleep outside, but Utah's not been real fantastic as far as setting up my outdoor bedding and my little reverie out there in nature. I just feel like that's holding our force. Oh, wow. You're doing fantastic, Julie. I'm going to say the universe is moving you to where you're meant to be. So, yeah, I would just be grateful that you are starting a new beginning. Is that what that's what the full moon brought for you? Was like the finalizing of a divorce? That feels really beneficial for two reasons. I'll say that. Jupiter is moving into Gemini tomorrow. So that's all about communication, the expansion of communicating in our mind, leveling up. Yeah, divorces, I just feel like the universe moves us, and we come from a timeline where getting divorced is kind of seen as bad, but it's a growth period. It's like entering a new growth period. So you can glimmer brighter than ever before. The beginning stages. Yeah. So I would say it's going to be mostly about communication. I would just talk to the universe about what new doors are opening and pay attention to new signs. And also, I find, remembering the baby steps of what brought you together. Sometimes when we forget the baby steps, there had to be some good in it, right? The endings are usually rough, but the universe is always moving us. So one of you probably outgrew the other in some way as well. Yes, 100% stay present. Absolutely. Okay, so I am actually going to affirm the magical being that resides within you. Affirm your gatekeepers, your guides, the being seen and unseen. I'm also going to affirm my great spirit, my ancestors, all the way back, the other world, the Fae, so that I can be a conduit and move the shells on your behalf. So let me, what do I got here? Sometimes I've got too many options. Oh, look at that. I covered up my Fantastic Friday. That's great. Okay, here we go. So yeah, and if you don't know, the art of cowrie shell divination, it's an art of divination brought to the West by Malidoma Salme. I'm a protege, a student of his wisdom, his medicine. Truly a joy. I listen to him all the time. I've got lots of videos and recordings, listening to his cute laugh, his humor. He's great. And it's true. Sometimes we just don't see how magnetic and magical we are, but other people do. So with that, just tune into my shells. So we're going to ask, like, on behalf of the other world, that we stay in divine alignment in the flow of this new transformation that you're heading towards and into. It's already started. So yeah, you're exactly where you belong. Definitely a transformation is happening. So I'm going to say there's going to be some wisdom that comes to the other side of this, and you're going to actually, it's almost like you're going to get like a shedding of things you've been carrying that really aren't yours to carry in the first place. Especially as healers, we often pick up other people's baggage. And then we don't let them learn the lesson because we're trying to ease the pain, if you will. So I think there's some innate inner forgiveness you may be called to go towards, even like within communities, some healing within the community, and opening up a door of like a new tribe. You're going to go through a new tribe anyway, attract new people into your space. But also, going through a cleansing of what, and getting clear about what your heart wants. Like, what does your heart want in this world? Like, what did you bring here to activate? That's kind of what I'm saying. But at the end of this run, your inner peace is literally going to go through a transformation to where you see yourself glimmering your gold in the physical world as well. A lot of this is happening. It's like I think it's been inducted by the Spiritual Hall of Fame. Your ancestors are like calling you to wake up to your own gift and your own purpose, so you can actually lead with your own spirit first and get clear about what that looks like. And I always like to ask myself, like, does this bring me peace, joy, happiness, gratitude, and just tuning into the universe for guidance and signs and what that looks like. I don't believe the universe ever makes a mistake. Sometimes we perceive it that way, but there's always like an outside source that kind of comes in if we're open to it. But even your perspective on the world and your life is like going through a big change. Like, if this is almost like being on top of like the highest mountain. I would even say like in the other world kind of mountain, where you get a total different transformation and a different perspective, possibly that brings you back to like childhood wonder and the things that excited you and emotionally felt more in alignment with your little inner child self, and getting organized around who's my village, who's my tribe. But that's where the healing's going to happen, is in community and just opening that door. I would actually recommend you go to the water for some cleansing and some reconciling and some forgiveness, really tuning into the water spirits, literally, to have them help you get on your fantastic way. That's kind of what I see there. And absolutely stay present, be in divine alignment. Absolutely. So there's that. So yeah, just how you're seen in the world is going through obviously change. But yeah, my thing is stay true to your heart. Have faith, inner faith. Faith is a feeling. So yeah. Have you listened to my moon meditation? That moon meditation, I think I did a homework in that one, which is great. Oh, and also, anybody interested in a private session, I'm actually have a few opportunities open. The code is BELIEVE, BELIEVE, all caps, BELIEVE 33. So that's just really opening up our soul's harmonic to believe. So there's a code there. You can do a private session, a private one-on-one and recording for that. I think I can type here. I'm not real great at this, obviously, but I'm doing my damn best. I wonder if I can. Trying. No, I don't know how to do that. I haven't, I'm not equipped yet. I'm getting there, right? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I wish I did, but anyway, it's Believe 33. I didn't put it in the show notes. I should have. But obviously, so if you want a private session, I am offering those. That was like a spiritual moment I had with the moon. I had this great idea for believing. And Jupiter's moving into Gemini, so it's all about the conversation, the connection about that. So does anybody else want a divination? A little mini scripting? Not yet. Yes. Yeah, cleansing. We're going through a cleanse. This is going to be a great summer. And we've got what? We also have Jupiter, Venus, Uranus. We've got a lot of great planetary actions as well. I've been doing a lot of planting and connecting with literally plants amongst the fairies, mushrooms, and all the things. Solution-driven, right? Time to be a solution-driven human. What's the solution? We already know what the static quo is doing. I'll say that, the static quo. Anywho. Okay. Well, I'll just move the shells on behalf of the universe. Ask Spirit to give me guidance into the weekend. It is Memorial Weekend. I'm going to go to visit my grandma, possibly my mother. Oh, maybe I'll get some cemetery dirt. Ooh, you just tried planting wine cap mushrooms. Oh, you know, this is hilarious. For those of you that don't know, I had a huge spruce. In the Degar, I have Tingong and Timbaloo. Anyway, the wind came and blew over the spruce, which is where my fairies live. And now the fairies have moved into my other neighbors' houses and they're leaving fairy rings. It's hilarious. I was driving through my neighborhood and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all those flowers. They're in a perfect circle. And then my one neighbor was like, look what's happening to our neighborhood. Anyway, my fairies are free and roaming the neighborhood. I only share that with a few people and a few thousand if you're watching my shows. But yeah, I feed the fae. I should actually do an entire blog post on what I do. Well, it depends on the moon, how I create my fairy nectars, I guess, for the gods. It's different for all of them. Oh my gosh. So I have to tell you, I have pulled this card and I saw it on a TikTok. I've pulled this card like every day. So this is like Solos. It's like the sun coming down. It's like letting the sun shine down upon us and just opening up our heart to receive like the sun, the brilliance of the sun, our own inner starlight. Solos. Look at him. He's pretty cool. He's just like glimmering gold. I love that. That's interesting. I find everything interesting. Okay, is anybody else want me to move the cards on your behalf? Again, I have a code, Believe33, if you want a private session. Just go to my website and click on the one-on-one and it'll just take you to my scheduling page. Just redeem. I think there's a button that says redeem Believe33. And yeah, since a lot of people are curious, sometimes you're a little nervous, just know that in my private sessions, I do record them. You get a recording of the session. And I always, I'm going to give you a ritual as prescription. I usually get downloads during during the movement or right before the prescription should be or needs to be. And prescription rituals literally are like the otherworldly medicine cabinet to heal the adversities that are happening in this particular world, to get us in the flow, connecting with our ancestors, spirit. Some people don't even have shrines for that, the other world. This is awesome. I just pulled the fairy godmother, so all that glimmers is gold is literally coming. So she literally brings the energy of Solos into this world. And this is paying attention to what we feel and being mindful around that. We're heading into Gemini, so that's even more important, which actually brings me to my sacred spirit circle for the season of Gemini, by the way. I'm getting really good at these and giving you like opportunities, I'll say. This one's all about affirmations. Gemini is our mind, so it really is being mindful, getting mental clarity. But when we listen to spirit, then it's almost like our mind switches gears more into the logical or into the intuitive. So this is like feeling like, oh, what do I want to say? When feelings and beliefs and our thoughts commingle, it creates a linking, which then creates those limiting beliefs. So listening to spirit, in this case, the fairy godmother, it'll pop the link so you can start cleaning the debris and come up with a new belief. That's what that is. And in the short of it, anyway. Anywho, there's that. Okay. I'm not seeing anyone comment. So again, yeah, Believe 33. If you want a private session, you will get a ritual. I do love it when you return and tell me how fantastic the ritual is. I have I have a soul supporter that's been to me a few times and really recognizes the magic of ritual prescriptions. So I do want to say that. Uh-oh, you'll be leaving treats on the property lines 100%. And I'm going to be leaving a little bit more, depending. Okay, one last roll of the shells before I send you off into the weekend. I will probably be doing my live show. You know, it is Memorial Day, so I'm not gonna promise anything. I might glimmer and I might glamour. I don't know, but either way, yeah. So here we go. I'm just gonna do a weekend roll. But yeah, I love to feed the fae. I do different things. Peace out to you too, my love. Okay, so here we go. We'll just ask the shells to speak to me about our weekend fun. Oh, well, oh my goodness. Yeah, I think this is gonna be the spark of like literally seeing ourselves as the star we are on the spiritual walk of fame and literally opening up the door to being more heart centric, especially in getting organized in the words we use. Um, we're still cleaning up our ancestral generational, I'll say linking, if you will. But we do need to use different words, how we speak to ourselves, get organized around that, be more self loving. Definitely. This is like absolute, the nectar of the gods, pure divine love streaming through us, and being more heart devoted to how literally how we communicate to ourselves and flick anything away that doesn't resonate with you, because words are kind of like spells casting, right? Just saying, know that myself. So it's better to be optimistic in how you talk to yourself. If you need help with that, I scribble on mirrors. I get post-it notes everywhere. I listen literally on YouTube. I'll pick a Hertz, whatever talks to me, and I just put that on at night when I go to bed. And it is amazing. I get the best sleep when I do that. And I recognize when I don't do it, there's a situation happening. But back to the shells. Um, we do need some boundaries around energetic boundaries about whose voice are we listening to and discerning those voices. This kind of feels more like relational energetic boundaries and spiritual, actually. So, a lot of times I find intuitive when we listen to our intuitive side, our gifts. There's more than just vision, by the way. We have to discern the voices coming in, and nothing outside of us, other than our higher self and the Great Spirit, has more access to that divine alignment than we do. Um, but in doing so, like inner peace comes to mind, kindness, growth, even like changing our intuitive gift in our practice around that, and recognizing all the spirits in the other world, especially like our ancestor lineage, anybody who's transitioned to the other side. You know, you can invoke somebody that you're called to. Mine would be Sir Didymus at this time. Sometimes it's my mom. I always drink out of her coffee mug, to have a conversation, to give you guidance, and then just watch for signs, which is the soul's harmonic. That's our ninth energetic center. It's an arm's length above our head. That's where signs and sigils and numbers and astrology all kind of download in from there, and then it floats into other energy centers, by the way. But yeah, I think this is going to be a fun weekend to get out and shine our light out in community. I would say go adventuring, go places you haven't gone yet, meet new people, kind of surrender to yes and what else. That's kind of what I feel there. So make it fantastic, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for tuning in. Ashe, blessings. Thanks, Julie. Make it fantastic.